Leverage ratios are often considered when analyzing fundamental data for a company. They usually consider the liquidity or bill-paying ability of the company. Low liquidity can be a signal of bankruptcy. Leverage ratios vary immensely across industries, so comparisons should be done to peers within the industry. The use of debt and equity are financing decisions that every company must make. Market and economic conditions affect the decisions as each funding source is associated with risks and costs. Interest coverage ratio compares income before taxes and interest to the interest expense on the latest income statement. Higher would typically be viewed as better because it implies that the company generates enough income to cover the interest payments. For example, a company with $40 million in EBIT and $5 million in interest expense would have an interest coverage ratio of 8. A company with the same interest expense but only $10 million in EBIT would have a much lower ratio of 2. The first company has more income available to cover interest obligations and is less likely to default. Advantages of leverage ratios are that they are easy to compute and to understand. The ratios give valuable information about a company's operations. Disadvantages include that ratios are not comparable across industries, which can make evaluating the companies very difficult. The general trend in a ratio over time is informative. Falling leverage ratios may imply that a company's liquidity is declining or may hold other information about a company's cash management and debt levels. Viewing the components of each ratio separately can be helpful as well. Is the interest coverage ratio falling because EBIT has decreased, or are interest expenses rising? Or could it be a combination of both? In this example, Pep Boy's interest coverage is well below its 10-year median of 1.3. A higher interest coverage ratio should be preferred since it means more income is available to cover interest obligations. A very high ratio might imply inefficient use of debt financing options.